The law of detachment is something that has made me insanely rich by accident. Not even doing it on purpose, realizing it, or whatever until I actually had a shit ton of money. And I'll tell you how that works and how also you should apply this to your own life if you want to have a shit ton of money. Here's the thing. I've kind of talked a little bit about this in the past, but to go a little bit more in depth, most of you already know my journey. I've made a bunch of videos on it, how I went from zero to having a bunch of money, losing it all, and then having a bunch of money again. Essentially, when I did a bunch of sales, if you guys don't know, I basically took a bunch of sales calls, ramped up, scaled up to like 30K a month just doing sales calls. And what I realized was the more I detached myself away from the sale and purely just focused on actually listening to the conversation and helping the person out, the more money I made because I detached myself away from the sale and I wasn't forcing it. You see, when you really chase something badly and when you try so hard, and most of the time, what ends up happening is that the thing that you chase just runs away from you. But when you're able to just detach yourself away from the outcome, from the sale, all of a sudden you start making way more money and you actually start seeing the progress that you want. And I think the main reason for this is because when you just purely focus on doing what is necessary for you to get the outcomes that you want, you end up getting them. Instead of focusing on the outcome, you focus on the input. It's almost like the law of action as well, right? One of the 12 laws where every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Because I know Luke Belmar and shit has talked about this a bunch of times, but I'm not even necessarily talking about that as much. But if you purely focus on just doing the right thing that you're supposed to do, the outcome out of that will come regardless if you want it or not. That's kind of like the whole point of this. Because the same thing as going to the gym, right? If you genuinely like are not trying to grow your body, like let's just say that's not something that you're trying to do. You're not trying to build or build big muscles or focus on hypertrophy or anything. If you still go to the gym, you push every single set to failure and you sleep well and eat right. If you do all those things and you genuinely do it, but you're not trying to grow bigger muscles, you will still have a great physique and build bigger muscles. Even though that's not your goal, even though that's not your trying. And this is also a great example when people just do sports and they do all these things and they end up looking jacked, even though that's not their main goal, is because that the outcome is going to happen anyway, even if you want it to or not. So when your focus is detached away from the outcome and mainly focused on the input, the outcome will happen regardless. And this is the main thing that I realized when it came to making a shit ton of money, is that when I detached myself away from the sale and was genuinely just focused on the input of the conversation, I ended up getting more sales. The reason why was because I wasn't focused on actually closing this person. I was more focused on actually helping him and her out. So when they could genuinely feel that I was trying to help and wasn't just trying to close, that's why they bought. Because every other person that they talk to is just trying to close them while I'm out here genuinely trying to help them out. And I always had this in my sales journey as well, where people would tell me like, yeah, I don't know, a lot of people that I've talked to, they just seem to try to like hard close me or they just trying to sell me something. I feel like talking with you, you're genuinely just trying to help me out. Like you would rather have me say no, I don't want this and let me go, than try to do everything you can to get me over the line. And I'm like, yeah, and it goes both ways because I sometimes you obviously need to kind of tell them the brutal truth of the situation and being like, if you don't do this, then nothing's gonna change. But it made me realize that if you're able to, this is not just with sales and money, but in life in general, It's like if you're able to detach yourself away from the result and purely focus on the input, the result will happen anyway. I made a video the other day of how you can start making money and get your first sale today, and it's stupidly simple because all you really have to do is just call local businesses and sell them something that they don't have. But nobody's willing to do it because it just takes effort. But if you do that and you purely just focus on the input out of just like logical math, you will make some sort of money and get your first sale inevitably. So it is kind of crazy and kind of funny how that works, but it is actually very, very true. And it wasn't until I realized this and actually applied it to my life that I saw success in a bunch of different things. Obviously, not saying that you shouldn't chase something, you shouldn't have goals and stuff like that. I'm very much for goal setting, but you need to be able to detach yourself away from the result and know that it will happen if you put the work in like you're supposed to. Because if you can genuinely, let's say you run a marathon or whatever, and you genuinely like put all your effort into the input and the work, and you don't hit the goal. At that point, you're like, okay, but I did everything that I could input wise to actually achieve this thing. So if I don't achieve it, it's like I need to obviously get better for next time, but I've done everything in my power that I was able to do at the time to get this goal, and then I still haven't got it. Then you have done what you could have done. I'm not saying that as a cope or anything like that. I genuinely mean that like you have, because most of you aren't gonna like genuinely do everything you can. But if that's the case and you still don't get it, then I'm like, okay, but you've done what you could have done. So I'm not attached to the result. Like I'm not who I am because I made it or didn't make it. It's like I'm not attached to the number. Like if I make $9,000 in a month and not 10,000, I'm not gonna think that I'm a failure because I didn't make 10,000. That's just as an example, right? So it's like you can't label yourself just because you don't hit a certain threshold or a certain goal or whatever. You're not a failure because you haven't reached XYZ. It's like a lot of these guys my age. I'm 25 years old, and a lot of these guys think that they're behind in life because they haven't made a shit ton of money. When they see all these kids like 19, 20 years old, like rich as fuck, and it's like, dude, that's not the norm. You think it's the norm because you see all that shit online, but it's really not. Just like at a general population basis, it's not the norm. It might be the norm on your social media feed, but it's not the norm on in real life. Like, why do you think so many people are not at that stage? When you just walk outside, you'll see a bunch of people who haven't hit those goals, and they haven't hit them because they haven't detached themselves away from the goal. So until you, especially if you're like my age, mid 20s, whatever, and you feel like you're behind, then watch this shit because you'll realize that you're really not. And until you detach yourself away from that way of thinking and your outcomes, that's probably the first time ever that you'll realize that you will start focusing on what really matters, the input. And once you do that input for a consistent long enough amount of time, you will see results out of it. It's pretty crazy how that works, but it just is. And also, just to kind of reflect on this, it does make sense as well, right? It makes sense because what really matters for a goal to happen, it's like when I talk about goal setting, I always talk about reverse analyzing the goal and the situation, right? So if the goal is to, let's just say, make $10,000 in a month, reverse analyze that. Okay, how many dollars do we need to make every week? How many dollars do we need to make every day for us to get there, right? And then you just break this down and break it down into smaller goals. Because when you have smaller goals, it's easier to just make actionable steps to get to those goals anyway. So the goal is the end outcome. But the end outcome can't happen unless you have the right input from the beginning, right? Because let's say the end outcome is here. If your first input is something that is completely misaligned with the end outcome, you'll be doing a bunch of these inputs that will just get you here and not up here, right? So that's why it makes logical sense as well, because the hard part about all of this is actually doing the right inputs to begin with. Everybody's out here talking about, oh, this XYZ goal, and it's like, yeah, but your alignment and your inputs are correlated to this goal that is down here. So you need to start doing the right inputs that are aligned with the goal that is up here. That's why you haven't reached it. So detach yourself away from this and focus on the right inputs up here, and you'll all of a sudden see that you're actually aligned with the goal that is up here anyway. Hope that makes sense. Hope I could help you guys. Catch you guys next time. Take care.